Alright, hello everyone! How is it going? Welcome back to Genshin Impact. Welcome back to the Nodcry Trade Expo here, where we are going to be finishing off with 1 day, 3 hours left. The Where Waves Meet the Reef event quest. And yeah, sounds like we got some more developments in our investigation last time. We learned that Uncle Ashvapati, who's the caretaker for these 3 kids at the toy shop here, might have some ties to a criminal gang of Eremites from Sumeru that were technologically advanced. But it sounds like he himself was a peace-loving guy, and we don't really know what his thoughts were from back then or what he stands on the issue now. All we know is he's the prime suspect for stealing Beto's prototypes for her ballistas, which is not good. And also, he might be the leader of, or at least affiliated with, the criminal organization that we have been investigating here with Yelan and Chevres, and never turning a blind eye to all of the things going down. So yeah, that's where we're at now. And let's continue on. See what's up. Other than that, has the expo been going pretty good? I mean, it's a illegal... I mean, I would just say it's illegal straight up, but...
Looks like...
Yeah. Alright, we're all here.
Took me a bit longer than I expected, but I found where he's hiding.
Oh?
Let me just be sure of one thing. We're dealing with someone who has extremely dangerous weaponry in his hands. If it comes to it, are you prepared to handle the worst-case scenario?
Absolutely. You just need to trust us, just like we trusted you earlier.
Yes, trust important.
We've got this. My crew's already locked and loaded.
I'll take you at your word.
I know you said you wanted to keep this operation small, but I still thought you could use some backup. So, I chose a few promising young Spina members to help out. Clarand and I have got things covered at the expo.
Perfect, so we can still keep the peace here.
Yes, we're ready to roll then!
Hello.
Now that you're here, I guess we can get this show on the road.
Let's go. Huh?
Wait!
Huh? What's up? We're
I'm
not gonna
sorry,
hurt
you can't
him.
come with us. You need to stay at the expo like we agreed. It's for your own safety.
Mm-hmm. We're just only taking him into custody. We're not gonna hurt him.
It's just... Do you really think Uncle Ashvapati is working for the bad guys?
I wish I could answer that question, but it would just be speculation. And I work based off evidence.
He's been gone for 2 days now, and he just left us here. He's never done that before. Maybe he really is working for those people and was afraid of getting caught.
Hmm.
If that's true, then that means he must have been involved in
I'm
making
thinking
and
there's a
selling
chance he
weapons in
might
the
have been
past, too.
coerced into doing this
Wouldn't
if
that
he
make
really
him
was
bad
a
person?
peace-loving guy.
That's not for us to say. Take a look around the expo. There are plenty of other people making and selling weapons. Doesn't mean they're necessarily all bad people.
I mean,
Really? The same is true for your uncle.
I'm not
Whatever
exactly
he may have done in the
sure.
past, the
Because
real question we
we're
need
not
to
just
ask
selling
is
weapons,
why.
we're selling weapons
There's a
at
lot we need to know before we
legal,
can judge a
quote-unquote,
person.
black
In
market.
Fontaine,
Like,
we
we're
have
not
a long and
necessarily,
complicated process in
you
place
know,
just to make
supplying
sure we get the right answer to
local
that question.
authorities with weapons
Yeah.
to keep the peace.
Why would Uncle Ashvapati do something like that? How about
But
this? I'll
to
make sure
reassure
that
the
Miss
kids,
Chevres and
yes,
Miss
not
Yelan
everybody sells
promise
weapons
to
to
bring
bad
your
people.
uncle back safe and sound.
Yeah,
Then
we're
you
not
can
gonna
ask them
hurt him.
yourselves.
We're just gonna take him
Thanks,
into
miss.
custody. Hello, Dory back there. Is she listening in on
This
this?
situation is complicated and unpredictable. Isn't it a bit early to be making those kinds of promises? It's all right. We're prepared for whatever we might face.
Regardless, it's a promise we have to keep. After all, when the children get their answer, it will shape their understanding of what justice means.
Then,
Yeah.
let's all do our part to make sure this ends as well as it possibly can.
Alright. Oh, toys for the children. Oh, I see the logo for the event is the same as the logo up on the expo board. Go to Ashwapati's hideout. Up here? We should say hi to Elia.
Taking shelter in...
Actually, I kind of want to just say hi to Elia, but what are you doing here? What are you doing here, Elia?
The sky is clear again. We should be able to see the moon tonight.
So, the wires go here, then there, then here, and then... Ta-da! All done! See? Super easy peasy, right?
Super
Why on earth
easy
am I here at
peasy.
this class? Where's Flint?
Oh, this is a class?
We need to
Oh, I
come
thought
together.
he brought something to repair.
Right. I understand. I've gotten written down. All of it.
All of it. Yep. That's our
Writing it down
best
won't do any
student.
good. Last time you said you had it memorized, but today you showed up and forgot everything again. Enough. Confiscate his notebook. You're writing it down
I
from
know.
memory now.
That's not how teaching works.
Wait,
Brute
let me
force
take one
memory
more
is not the key. Maybe having him do it, like, do it himself might work better. We're just in time for an
You
exam,
have
it
taken
seems.
multiple looks, but every look is directed somewhere different. I presume that you are attempting to find methods to evade the lesson. Such efforts are futile. All such methods have been rendered ineffective.
You are going to take
But I
this
haven't
class
even
whether you
said
like it
anything.
or not.
Your eyes indicate your intent clearly, Mr. Itlua. For instance, you placed a partially finished crumb-cake in our workshop stove ahead of time. I hypothesized that your plan was to secretly take it out during the practical class to draw Aino's attention.
Oh, busted.
However, I have already removed that crumb-cake. It can be reheated for consumption after class.
Lightkeepers sure are a nimble lot. Not nimble enough to get out of not mandatory school, though,
How
apparently.
on earth did you find out?
Mr. Flynn's has already executed this method once.
No!
Flint's told me he hid his crumb-cake in the cabinet. How come he hid it in the stove, too?
He probably tried it more
Also,
than once.
You were carrying a bag of crushed small fish, Mr. Itlua. I believe that was an attempt to lure stray cats along the roadside as you walked. You would put the
Oh.
bag under your feet, the kittens would gather around you. Afterwards, you would pick one up and exclaim,
Oh, he has a cat!
"What a cute
kitten!
upon which Aino's attention would be drawn accordingly. Unfortunately, Mr.
Cat!
Flint has also tried this method before.
That's why Flint
Impossible.
is not here?
All small animals are afraid of Flint's. They wouldn't dare to get close to him. How in the world?
How in the world,
While he
indeed?
did not lure the small animals here himself, he taught this method to Aino.
Oh?
Subsequently, Aino utilized this method to play with the small animals for an entire afternoon.
Ah,
The
I
lesson
see.
for that day had to be cancelled. This
did it
time,
yourself.
however, I have already fed all the small animals present in the area. Therefore, this method will also
Well,
be
I'm sure
ineffective.
there's one that could
What
be
do you mean you
bribed
fed
somewhere.
all the animals around here? Even the deer and birds?
Affirmative. In order to preserve the learning environment, I have already fed all the small animals located within the vicinity. Every individual
How is that
has been
even
attended to.
possible?
As such,
Wouldn't
please
some
start
of them
writing
not
down the
want to
circuit
eat?
diagram
Wouldn't
you've
some of them might
discovered.
want to eat more?
Ah, Mr. Itlua. I apologize for intruding upon your studies.
Flins, rescue him!
Greetings to you all, Miss Aino, Miss Inefa, Mr. Traveler, Paimon.
Hey, what's up?
Here! The truant is here!
It is with great regret that I find myself unable to attend your enlightening lectures. However, a matter
Yes,
of
yes,
absolute
yes,
urgency
rescue Itlua from
necessitates
this.
both my own departure and Mr. Itlua's
How did you guys
temporary
get
withdrawal
enrolled
from
in this
this
class
gathering.
anyway?
The same non-negotiable reason has again been invoked. A matter of absolute urgency by order of headquarters.
Ah, such is life, full of non-negotiable frustrations.
Yeah. Well, your frustrations sure do come at the most inconvenient times.
Indeed, that is why we term them
Yes.
so.
So,
For they have a
so
frustrating
inconvenient,
habit of
yeah.
arriving at the most inopportune of moments, catching us quite off guard. Now, young master, let us be on
yes,
our
yes,
way.
yes, get him out of here. I'm sorry, I know. I just... How do you even get roped into this?
Mr. Flint's, none of those tricks you mentioned earlier worked.
Yeah, it sounds like you tried them all already.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I'll make sure to share some new ones with you next time. Just a pity that after what just happened, another one of my best ones is now off the table for the foreseeable future.
Aw. How about you guys just steer clear of the area for the next little bit?
Guess we're done. Can I eat krumgake now, Ineffa?
Alright. The lecture has concluded. So
Yay!
I'll go heat up the krumkake.
We
Please
get
give
the
me a moment,
crumb
Aino.
kake for Aino.
Krumgake, krumgake, krumgake!
I mean, by what means does does Aino and Nefa have to keep poor Flynn's and Iluya trapped in their lessons? They shouldn't have to, they don't want to.
Into the rain cleanse the earth makes me feel safe. Like being home.
Like being home.
Stop right there!
Yeah. With the gun and the
missed
bow
him.
out.
Looks like he left behind plenty of evidence, though. Search the area. Let's see if
I
we
mean, he
can
could
find a
still
lead.
be here. Look how many hiding places there are. I would just hide and keep quiet if I was him. What is this?
These records look suspiciously familiar.
Yeah. Doesn't seem very coincidental to me either.
Remember when I said this group's cover was ironclad? They were always careful never to leave a trail leading back to them. The one time they
Oh, so
slipped
saying
up,
it's implanted
it broke
evidence?
the case wide open. We found a cargo manifest left behind at the scene. That's
Oh.
the clue that led us to Nodcry.
It was a similar story on our end.
And now that
So
same
they never mess
manifest
up,
shows
except
here,
when they did.
among
That's
the
when
records
everything
left
went
behind
wrong.
by Ashvapati.
So, he's the guy that slipped up back then?
No, same guy wouldn't slip
Unless
up
it
more
wasn't
than
a
once.
slip up at all. How does the same clue get left behind at two separate scenes and picked up by two separate law enforcement agencies? Thinking back on it now, it doesn't seem quite so accidental.
But why would
after
they do
all.
it on purpose if their cover
No.
was that good?
Almost like he led us
Why-
here on purpose.
Why would
But for
they
what reason?
leave clues for law enforcement if they were so good at covering their tracks that they're extremely confident nothing was gonna lead back to them? Why have something lead back to them? Even
Look
if
at
it's
how it's
just a
positioned.
planted
It was
thing.
begging to be found. I think it might be for us.
You think he knew we would come here?
Yeah, of course.
If he did, he's a more impressive opponent than I anticipated.
Well, he's clearly not here, so
Let's
that
keep
means
going.
he had to know that you
We
guys
can
are
read
coming.
it together when we debrief.
Okay.
Search the area. Let's see if we can find a lead.
Oh, I thought there's something shiny in there.
Strange. Did he lead us here on purpose?
It's likely, but why? See that again? That looks like a glowy thing there. I mean, clearly he knew we were coming. Whether or not we forced his hand or he did this on purpose is the question. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, here. Of course, that's the prototype. Why would you leave it behind?
Is this what Paimon
Why would
thinks
you
it
leave it
is?
behind? You went to so much trouble
It's
to
a
steal
display
it.
model that goes with the prototype. Guess that does make him our thief.
I'm thinking he might also be trying to
What's
interfere.
worse is that with his technical background, I bet he managed to bypass the security features on the prototype.
I'm betting that he's not actually working with the criminals, but he's trying to interfere with them by getting to the prototypes before they can, or messing up their plans somehow.
You're saying our guy has a battle-ready ballista in his possession, just waiting to be unleashed?
Well, no. Well, is that? I mean, do you really? Can you? Here's the thing: the
Something isn't adding
prototype
up.
is there.
All the evidence suggests that he was here alone. Which begs the question, why would he unlock the ballista's features before even meeting up with his boss?
Good point. And also, where would he, if he could put together a fully functioning ballista based on the prototype, where would he get the materials for that and the resources to do that without anyone noticing? I'm sure we would have gotten a ton more tips if that was happening. But yeah. No, everything about this is still not adding up. That's what I love about these stories. Like, I feel like we're piecing together so much, But not until they put all the puzzle pieces together is it going to be like, oh, that makes so much sense. Whether that's the main storyline or these event quests or story quests, the way they just have like, we're going to lay the foundation and everything's going to click into place perfectly at the end with their storytelling is amazing.
That's a question for another time. We need to focus on where he's going next.
Yeah.
This situation seems more complicated than we imagined. It looks like Ashvapati does have a connection to our criminal gang. But it might not
he
be
definitely
what
has a
we
connection
thought
to
at
them.
first.
I'm not
You
necessarily
don't
sure
think
he's working for them.
Unlikely. He lured us to Nodcry, prepared those weapons on his own, deliberately put us on his trail. This is looking more and more like the work of an independent actor.
Well, if we want to get to the bottom of this, he's still our best lead.
Yeah, okay, before I read the letter, my best guess is he's actually trying to foil the plans of the criminal gang. Because if they've been so good at covering their trail, then why would they leave evidence? In fact, the only person that could leave evidence was somebody who was an insider but did not want to work with them or did not agree with them and essentially was a whistleblower. So that's what I'm thinking, is he might be a whistleblower. He knows he's from this group of Eremites originally. He knows about them, but he doesn't agree with weapons. He's like I said, like the kids say, he's always talking about peace. He doesn't want to use his technology for weapons. He uses his technology to build toys instead, even though that same technology could be repurposed for weaponry. So it makes more sense that I think he's here to foil the plans of the criminal gang because he knows their ins and outs. He can do this. Let's read the letter.
That would seem to be our last remaining clue. Let's do it.
To the officers of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol and the Liyue Qixing, you certainly live up to your reputation. Within a single day, you were able to eliminate over half of the gang's forces. I appreciate the effort. I doubt my secret hiding spot will be a secret much longer. So I suppose it's my turn to throw my hat in the ring. I'm just glad I no longer have to run. So, before my day in court is upon me, allow me to confess to my crimes.
I see.
It all started with a Kashara War researcher, expelled from the academia for violating a taboo.
Oh, and that's the engineering
He had
Darshan,
dedicated
so
his
they would
life
have
to the pursuit of knowledge.
technological knowledge.
But when he found himself in the desert, it wasn't even worth a pail of water to quench his thirst.
So he was found by the Eremites.
Could you spare some water?
Oh, it was him! He already looks
I'm
old.
a Kashara researcher. If you need something, I could.
Researchers like you are a dime a dozen. Smart as a whip until you find yourself in the desert. Then, you're lucky to survive the night.
Are you mocking me?
No, son. Just still trying to figure out why I've got such a soft spot for strays like you. Here, give me your canteen.
Oh, that's generous of them. We know the desert in Sumeru is a very harsh place.
You got somewhere to go?
Not really. Thanks to this water, though. At least I can rule out the bottom of a vulture's stomach.
Now you're talking like desert folk. You could always join my band of misfits.
What would I do?
Gather
Use
food,
his
guard our
knowledge.
water source, just like everyone else I've taken in. Of course, if you have something you're good at, you're welcome to show it off. Every little bit helps.
All I know is weapons.
Weapons?
Yeah. I love studying them. Big and powerful ones, small and deadly ones, old ones, new ones. I believe the essence of Ksharawar research is embodied in weaponry, and the pursuit of this kind of technology is what pushes the world forward.
Because I think about Ksharawar
My
members we
lifelong
know,
goal has always been
like
to become a
Kaveh,
foremost expert on all
and
kinds
how-
of weapons. So I
I
can
mean,
invent
that's the
even more
engineering
advanced ones.
darshan, but you know, engineering
So
can
I
be used
might
for
have
much
borrowed
more
a
than
few
weaponry.
sensitive texts without permission, but you see the vision, right? The higher-ups in the academia just didn't understand.
The Academia could have 1,001 reasons for exiling you out here, and it still wouldn't matter to me, son. All I care about is what this specialty of yours can do for us.
Hi. I can help upgrade your weaponry. That should come in handy in a dangerous place like the desert, surely.
I just think
True,
about Nefer's story
weapons are
and
essential
how
to
it's
life
such
here
like
in the
a
desert. Most folks
dog
get
eats
them
dog
when
world
merchants
out on
happen
the
to pass
desert.
through.
Yet
But
we still
when it
see little
comes
signs
to
like this
protecting
where
the people here, this
there's-
scimitar in my hand is more than enough.
it's like
The kind of weapons you're talking about are overkill for a place like this.
the kind of contrast between, I guess, what was I trying to say? I guess like there's the certain amount of lawlessness and also how people work together. You see, because he gave him water and in turn he's going to help them with weapons. On the one hand, that's a sign of society working together and people working together for mutual benefit. But somehow this is going to turn into this Eremite gang getting their hands on these dangerous weapons and slaughtering everybody. So just like the paradox of that, I guess. And I guess that's probably what Ashrapati here is about to learn.
Overkill? Really?
Our group is lucky. Our ancestors learned how to protect the oasis from the sandstorms to prevent it from drying up. Plus, we're pretty far off the beaten path. Helps us avoid conflict with other bands of Eremites. All in all, we don't have to travel to find water. We don't have to fight off other desert folk. It's a real place to call home.
Yeah, it sounds
There are
way
plenty
better
of
than,
ways
say,
to die
Nefer's
in the
people.
desert, but behind a lot of them lies too much ambition. So, having somewhere to settle down is more than enough for me.
I see. Guess I could do some odd jobs then.
I've heard you Ksharawar scholars are handy with all kinds of gadgets. You could always make something for the kids.
You mean, like, toys?
I mean, why
Yes,
not?
if you wouldn't mind. It'll give them something to do. Life can get boring out here.
All right, then.
And remember, life is not all
And
about
just like
making
that,
weapons.
a Ksharawar scholar at the cutting edge of his field ended up in the desert, making toys for children. It got boring from time to time, but all in all, those days were quite pleasant. The Eremites accepted me as one of their own, and all the children loved me. Looking back now, I wish I could have lived like that until the end of my days.
Oh,
But
so
then
this was not the
Those despicable
this
people
was not
showed
the
up,
group of Eremites
and
that
it
ended up with the
changed
weapons.
everything.
They were peaceful too, like him.
Don't rush me. These materials are in short supply.
Oh, they've got a lot of nerve showing their faces back here.
Well, I
Send
guess
the
he
gem.
designs weapons, but
It has been a while.
Well, we have a right to this oasis too. Our ancestors were part of the group that discovered it.
You hated this place. After that giant sandstorm when everyone else was trying to figure out how to help, you got out of Dodge the first chance you could get.
Because I knew better than to be stubborn. Stay in one place too long around here, and it might just be your grave.
You abandoned this place. If we'd done the same, the oasis wouldn't even exist anymore. You gave up your right to be here a long time ago.
I heard they joined another band of Eremites after leaving us, but got kicked out. I bet they're only crawling back to us now because they've got nowhere else to go.
I see.
Chief, should we drive him off?
I'd like to see you try. I'm warning you. You won't get rid of us that easily.
Leave them be. This oasis has always been big enough to sustain more than one group of people. It's not worth spilling blood over. All that matters is keeping the people here safe.
Yeah, so no
At the
funny
time,
business.
I didn't think much of it. Just Chaim was at being the
This is gonna become
man he always
like
had
Nefer's dad, kind of thing.
been. And so normal
Believing.
life continued, much unchanged. Well, mostly. You can take the scholar out of the academia, but putting your life's work behind you is easier said than done.
Oh no.
I often found myself flipping through my collection of blueprints and sketches. The ruin drakes scattered around Sumeru were of particular interest to me. As far as I knew, no one had been able to analyze or reproduce the technology within those mechanisms.
Except for the Raiden Shogun.
But I was able to design a kind of lure to bait them into attacking a specific target. In effect, turning them into a weapon.
That's impressive. Not many
Somehow,
are able to
the new arrivals at the Oasis must have caught wind of it. Because they soon
replicating the
started
Conrayan
taking an
technology or
interest in
manipulating
me.
it. So okay, so the original group of Eremites
Asking, but is that a weapon
was
you're
a peaceful
researching?
group that just wanted to have a
I do mind,
stable
actually.
life.
It's none of your business.
Now this group of Eremites, on the
Rumor
other hand,
is you used to be a researcher at the academia. All that knowledge going to waste out here in the sticks. What a shame.
What do you want?
I want to team up. The rules and red tape that got you kicked out of the academia, they don't exist in the desert. You could take this research to the next level. As things stand, all you've got is a blueprint and a pipe dream.
no, don't tempt him.
But what if you had access to the right funds and materials?
What are you suggesting?
Me and my men can get you what you need. In return, all you gotta do is bring this sketch
In the end,
to
I guess
life.
I just don't empathize with a guy who decides he wants to go into engineering and
We've always had a good eye
The-
for business. Just never the right
not
product.
that necessarily
this
designing
thing right
weapons
here,
inherently
different
makes you a
bands
bad
of Eremites
person,
are gonna shell
but just
out
how
more left and
enthusiastic
right
he
to get
was
their
about like
hands on it.
this is what
You
it
want
means
to
to be a
sell it?
Kashara researcher
win-win.
is
You
to
provide the
improve
goods,
weapons
and I earn
technology, and
enough
I
more from
don't
these people
really
to fund the
agree with
research of
that
your
because I've
dreams.
seen how much more
don't
the
know.
Kashara Darshan has been able
I
to
understand what you're
output
worried about, but
beyond
listen,
weaponry.
It won't
I mean,
come back to bite the people here.
for example, Kabe's the only example I can think of. I'm pretty sure there's another one that's coming to mind.
They don't get
Obviously, he's the
involved in
biggest one, though.
conflict. I mean,
Creating
come on.
beautiful
Their biggest
architecture.
enemy
Like,
is
there's
the
so much
weather.
more you can do with
You've made a bad name for yourself around here.
engineering and
want any part of
technology
this.
beyond weapons.
Well, it's your choice. But it could be the last meaningful choice you ever get in life.
Oh my
So I'll
gosh.
ask you again.
He's even hinting at I'm
wanna
gonna kill
finally
everybody.
develop the weapons you've been dreaming of and realize your academic ambitions? Or do you want to stay here building toys for kids?
How I wish I'd made the right choice back then.
Yeah, make the right choice back then.
Yeah, we increased our prices. What about it? You gonna back out?
So, you're really as money hungry as they all say, huh?
Cash is king. That's just business.
Fine.
There, the goods.
I'm done. I want out.
What are you talking about? We're making bank here.
I know what the weapons have been used for, and I refuse to be an accomplice to all this any longer.
Dude, what did you expect?
Listen, that's got nothing to do with us.
What did you expect
People would be at
working
each
with
other's
this guy?
throats with or without our weapons. So they die to a machine instead of a scimitar. What difference does it make?
Can't you sell more than just weapons? Surely this can't be all the Eremites are interested in buying.
Well, clearly they have a very unique product for a
If you
very
wanna
niche
make
market.
The big Mora, you gotta push what sells. That's just
Yeah,
how
very
it is.
much. You know, if you have a monopoly on
That right there
high-tech
is
weapons
why I want out.
for Eremites,
Fine.
what did
I've
you
made more than enough
expect?
to leave this dump in the dust anyway. If you want out so bad, have it your way.
What was that?
gonna turn the weapons on the people he's staying with. No.
No. Kaem was it.
No, the kid's there.
How did this happen?
You won't find a tribe in this desert without enemies. People have tried to steal water from this oasis in the past, but Kaem Wazet drove them off. Guess his enemies have been holding a grudge this whole time.
Yeah, you're the one who was driven off.
Sold weapons to his enemies. But he took you in when you had nowhere to turn. You owe him your life. Why?
Well,
would you do
Ashwakatsu, you
this?
very quickly
It
learn
was the perfect
others do
excuse
not
to
return
drive
the
up
favor
the
like you
price,
do.
That's why.
It was only later that I found out. This wasn't the first time Senajem and his men had turned around and stabbed their allies in the back. Let's just say there was a good reason they had nowhere else to turn back then. I didn't chase after them or try to hold them accountable. In that moment, all I could think about was saving as many people as I could in a desperate attempt to atone for my sins. But once the weapons I designed were turned against us, the fate of this place was sealed. Even I could do nothing to prevent it.
Hmm.
In the end, despite all the burning tents I rushed into, I was only able to save 3 children.
And so he took care
And
of
now,
them.
you know the full account of my crimes.
Okay.
I've been raising them ever since, while attempting to hunt down the men who made them orphans in the first place.
Aww. That's actually such a sweet picture. No, I'll let him continue
This
first.
confession
I'll say what I think.
is for the kids
I think
to
you know
make,
what I
too.
think, though.
So, I hope you'll pass it along to them. They deserve to know the full truth of what happened. I know I'm in no position to make requests, but please, help them find loving parents to take them in. Above all else, they deserve a true family. Back then, I failed to see this through to the end. But I won't make that mistake again.
So he's...
If this is true...
So he's going after the criminals now. So, I'm saying, what's his name? Sednajim? Is probably affiliated with this Aramite group that is now gone international with their weaponry and crimes. Considering the backstabbing nature of it, the whole thing. Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I feel really sad that all of those people, I guess we've seen multiple stories throughout this game about the desert folk in Sumeru and how it's like an all good deed, no good deed goes unpunished kind of society where, you know, I mean, everybody's at each other's throats and kindness is always taken advantage of. And that's why they're trying so hard now that Nahida actually has a kind of control over the situation to be able to improve access to education and resources for the desert folk to be able to build a better life for themselves and a better society. This is just another example of, I guess, that's what happens when you're too nice in a world that is not kind to you. I mean, I think, yeah. Like the original Eremite group for taking him in, and then Ashwapati paying that back by just living a quiet life, making toys for kids. Like, that works if it's an agreement between two groups or two people that, you know, have those values and respect that kind of, at least exchange, if not having like this just being, you know, this, I guess, love for each other as part of humanity, because otherwise you see how other groups in the desert take advantage of that. And it's really tragic to see this, first with Nefer and her story, and now with this, just how so many innocent people. Yeah, it's not a kind world. The whole thing with Ajrapati making weapons is so predictable. Yeah, so I had to say that first bit first. But I mean, you can just kind of chalk it up to naivete, but I think if you I think if you go into engineering with that kind of viewpoint on like, this is going to be the big advancement of the entire faculty, is going to be high-tech weaponry and stuff like that. Because there's so many technological, you know, advancements we've seen, and as we've seen, like the toys themselves are made with the kind of advanced technology that could also be used for weapons. Like, there's so much more you can do. So to go in and so confidently saying, like, I respect your individual love for weapons and desire to study weapons. I respect that. But there's like a certain amount of like egotisticalness to that that's like, yeah, I could see this happening. Because then, of course, you see how even though his gut instinct told him it was wrong, he still ends up making weapons anyway. He still gives in, even though he knows it's wrong. He knows that, hey, you guys have a bad rep, I shouldn't work for you. He still gave in to his desire to continue his research. And what exactly did you think was going to happen? Who do you think he was selling weapons to? Whether or not he was purposely selling weapons to the enemies of the original group or not, it's the fact that those weapons are being unleashed on the world, and, you know, you weren't necessarily like, this is not even necessarily the, I guess, Oppenheimer situation where there is some, like, if we don't do it, someone else will, and, you know, all these other, like, we have to finish this off before someone else does. We need to get ahead. Like, in this situation, there was no threat to him. It was just sort of like the morbid curiosity of wanting to see his research all the way through, even though it was inherently dangerous work that, let's be honest, I mean, we've had this discussion before, but the thing about weapons is that they usually do not have another purpose besides harming someone. So if you're designing weapons for a group that you've already decided is disreputable, and they're selling those weapons to people you don't know, what exactly did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? I'm just kind of like in disbelief in terms of like, you can't possibly be that high profile a researcher and made it through so much in life just to be naive about this part. Like, that kind of boggles my mind, and And once again, I don't really see a sort of moral justification for this. It's not like your own life was in danger. It's not like you thought you had to do this in order to protect your people. It's not like you had to do this in order to stop like a greater war from happening. You did this because you were curious about advancing your research, which happens to be on dangerous weaponry. And yeah, there was like not a really, I mean, if you go in research, there's a lot. Okay, I don't want to talk about this too much. But in research, you know, ethics is really important. And I'd say in this case, the ethical dilemma is a lot more clear-cut than in other cases, in that you really shouldn't have done this. It was not worth it. It was not worth it to pursue your I mean, you were kicked out for a reason, and you continue to pursue your research, but if you really think about it, there's not really an ethical justification other than the pursuit of knowledge, which is that in and of itself enough to justify. I personally do not think the pursuit of knowledge alone is enough to justify bringing more danger into being in this world. I mean, other cases that have existed, there's more of an ethical discussion to be had about whether or not this is the pros outweigh the cons. But in this one, I'm pretty sure the cons very heavily outweigh the pros. I don't even necessarily think it's up for debate. So, but I mean, and of course, I always want to sandwich it with, like, you know, coming back to the original point. He's definitely trying to make up for his mistakes. It's definitely something that he deeply regrets now, wishes he had more insight on in the past, and is doing everything he can to make up for his mistake, which is to take care of those kids. But yeah. I think he's doing the right thing now. I just think the onus was on him to not be so naive about what exactly he was doing back then. You know, there's no way you can be in that kind of position of power and not have, you know, it's like you should have known or ought to have known. Like, you ought to have known at that stage in your life, in that stage of your career, that you were doing something that was almost guaranteed to have a bad impact on the world. I mean, he's doing the right things now. And you could tell he never wanted to hurt anybody. But I mean, then you really gotta choose more carefully what you're gonna have your life's work be on if you don't want to hurt anybody. That's my piece on it, is maybe you're interested in how the weapons mechanisms work, but how far are you willing to go to pursue that when you're also somebody who doesn't want to bring harm to others? That's my take on it. Yeah.
He's after the same target as us. And he's out for revenge.
He even lured us to Nodcry to help him get it.
Yeah, so he basically got reinforcements by calling in law enforcement.
I think I know what he's planning to do with those ballistas now. If I'm right, this doesn't bode well.
Then we need to find him ASAP! It sounds like he's about to do something super dangerous. But we promised the kids we'd bring him back safe.
That's right, the kids want you to answer their questions yourself.
This crime ring runs deep.
Not just through a
letter.
letter.
There's still many other conspirators we need to track down.
So where do we go to find him?
Oh?
And still, it doesn't explain how he got the resources to build actual ballistas.
He knew we'd be out of the picture investigating this place. I think he decided to spring the trap that we set up.
He's going to ambush the target when he comes to pick up the goods.
Snap! He's not working for them, so our original plan could have worked all along.
The meeting will be happening any time now. Quick, we need to head to the rendezvous point.
Yeah, what she says. Yeah, I don't know. In the end, he's not... And this is probably the way it's meant to be. He's not... Or, I don't know.
Ashvapati.
It is said in the gem. He's not very sympathetic of a character, in that perspective. At least compared to other characters. And I think that's okay. I think they definitely write the story because they want you to have... They want to invite a variety of different opinions on every challenging issue that they bring up. So you feel free to disagree with me, because I think that's what the creators wanted, is for us to be able to have this kind of healthy debate. But I personally don't find him to be a very sympathetic character then, because I really feel like he brought this upon himself and is, you know, at least 70% responsible for what happened to all the people who died.
It's been a while, Senegem. Over a decade at least.
How did you find this place?
All these years. And the signal you use for the meetup point still hasn't changed. All I had to do was pose as your point of contact. And fish a time and date out of that scout you sent.
Useless bunch of idiots. Just wait until my backup gets here.
Oh,
Where is
I
the
think
backup?
that might take a while. The Fontaine and Liyue authorities have your men locked down tight.
Yeah, law enforcement's
Every
on the case now.
Last one.
No. There's no way the cops could have known we'd be here.
Unless someone who had insider
Unless, of
knowledge
course, someone deliberately left a trail
lured
of
them
clues,
here.
leading them straight to the expo.
Yeah, that's
That
why there were
would be a
clues leading them
different
here, if they
story.
were so good at
Now,
covering their
wouldn't it?
trail before.
If they hadn't taken your agents out of the equation, I doubt I would have been able to lure you here.
So now what? You gonna turn me in too?
No. The authorities can have your men. But you're mine.
Is that Fatui tech? Looks like your skills are as good as
Oh,
ever.
Fatui tech. Yeah, we've seen those barriers around at the
Listen, I know
Design
you're
Bureau.
mad that I've been racking up Mora without you all these years. But it looks like you
Oh,
still got it.
That's not what this
You
is
want
about,
back in,
dude.
we can work something out.
After everything that happened, what makes you think I would want back in?
Yeah.
Because what's the alternative? You're not here for revenge, are you? After Kayemwazet took you in, you really
Kayemwazet, that's
convinced
his name.
yourself you were one of them, huh? What you should have learned is that banking on loyalty and belonging is a losing hand. Better to cash out before you're in the hole.
Well, that's
In the
that's
desert, my
quite a lot of
people live
talk
by
when
one rule
clearly
and
he
one rule
has
alone.
Ashwapati has the
last
upper
laugh
hand
doesn't
here.
go to the righteous.
Maybe loyalty
It
is worth
belongs
something.
to the one who knows how to cut their losses. Just look at me. When there's Mora to be earned in the desert, I'm a desert folk. When the opportunities in Fontaine are sweeter, I'm a Fontanian.
Yeah, well, once again, that's a lot of talk when
Everyone is as much of a low
you
life
don't
as
really seem like you have the
A
upper hand
lowlife?
here.
There's nothing Mora can't buy, Ashvapati. That includes prestige. You're talking to a renowned Fontanian philanthropist who lives in the Vasari Passage and spends his days going from one grand banquet to the next. Nobody who counts would dare call me a lowlife.
Are you done?
Yeah, you done?
Clearly there's no reasoning with you. Fine. Have it your way.
I like that. Are you done?
Dead
Yeah,
so
quit
bad, why'd you
monologuing,
come to face
buddy.
me alone? That wasn't the wisest decision now, was it?
Don't you worry. I brought plenty of firepower with me. You could have brought a whole army for all I care. These weapons will bury every last one of you!
Oh my gosh. Actual nukes incoming.
What the? Are you crazy? If that thing fires, you're not getting out of here alive either.
Well, you don't seem to understand
That's
here.
the plan! It's high time both of us paid the price for our sins!
He's lost his mind. Get him! Start breaking his bones until he removes this barrier.
I don't...
Hold it
I
right
don't-
there, all of you.
I don't think that's what's...
Otherwise, I've got enough firepower to go around, too.
I don't know what exactly you're thinking is gonna happen there. If he wants to die, what makes you think breaking his bones is gonna make him change his mind?
You got here sooner than I expected.
I'm sorry, we read fast.
What's that in the sky? Looks like
What do you think it is, Paimon?
Aphapati, you have my word that these people will face the judgment of the Fontaine courts. Remove the barrier and come with us at once.
Yeah, they're gonna go life in
Fontanian
prison.
justice is too merciful for them.
I know. Yeah, we
should
don't have
leave
they
us.
don't have the death
Stubborn
penalty
fool.
unless you're Focalor. Ati, Neb, and Raya are waiting for
I
you.
don't deserve them. I have to atone for the things I've done.
What is it you feel you need to atone for? Weapons research?
I think the more important thing is dying here is not going to atone for your sins.
You're from Liyue, right? Your ancestors were the first people to master the recipe for gunpowder. And yet, they turned it into fireworks and firecrackers that even children could play with. Surely, it's choices like that which make Liyue what it is today. I hear that it's a very peaceful place to live for the most part. But me? I chose
This is
to
not the
use
time
my
for
research
monologuing when
skills
there's
to
literally
create
2
weapons
missiles
of
coming down on
war
us right now.
that brought death to countless people and destroyed the only home those kids had. That's why I have to atone. Because I have blood on my hands.
Yeah, well, on the one hand, I understand why he feels this way. He's just tormented by the regret of what happened. To the point where he feels he needs to go down with his enemies because he feels responsible. And he is responsible. But you gotta remember, there's more to atonement than just an eye for an eye and then sacrificing yourself. You gotta ask what the people who you're atoning to actually want. In this case, those 3 kids don't want to see you die. Okay? So, I don't know why I'm talking to him like he can hear me. But it's not atonement if you're really just atoning to satisfy your own need and nobody else's. Do you know what I mean? That might be a harsh way to put it. I mean that more nicely than I said it. And I mean that more empathetically than I said it, but I don't really empathize with this guy, so and I don't know. I'm not a counselor. I don't know how to say this the right way. But this isn't about you. Yeah, I'm not a counselor. This isn't about you. And as those missiles are just frozen in the sky as I talk. It's not about you, and so it's not about what is going to make you feel better. You have a chance to still make something of your life to turn this around. And so far it's been working well. You've been focused on revenge here, but you've also taken good care of those kids to the point where they miss you. They want to see you, even if it's just to answer for what you've done. You need to go tell that to them yourself, not pass a letter on for us to show them. That's what they want. And they're the ones you're really atoning to, aren't they? They represent all the people who were lost. So, yeah, you have to think about it like that. But I know how he feels, so You just... And I know sometimes someone saying it like that, like, here's the harsh reality. This is not going to help anyone. It's not necessarily going to make him change his mind in the moment. That's why I'm not here to be... I don't know. Dude, it's late. My brain is just...
Sounds like you don't know as much as you think about fireworks. They might be harmless fun in this day and age, but they started out as weapons too, you know.
What?
Yeah.
That's right. Fireworks and firecrackers were originally developed for use as weapons. They needed something a little more powerful than usual for purging evil forces and scaring off wild beasts. Over time, evil spirits learned to fear the sight of flames, and the beasts retreated into the mountains. That's when people started repurposing fireworks for entertainment purposes. The peace we enjoy today isn't because we chose to make toys instead of weapons. The weapons are what secured us the peace in the first place. Only then did we have the luxury of choosing to turn them into toys instead. It's people, not weapons, that commit acts of evil. And when people are as bent on destruction as the evil forces and beasts faced by our forebears, whatever tools they have at their disposal end up as weapons.
Yeah. That's put in much better words than I could put. But yeah. The weapon alone, I think I've said this on a previous video that we talked about this too, but a weapon alone is just an object. It has no intent behind it. It's what the user chooses to do with it that determines, you know, whether or not it's evil. And like, say, like a scythe, for example. It's a weapon, you know, literally used to reap souls, but it's also used for farming and used to, well, sustain life, because without farming there's no food. So, but there are weapons that don't really have a use beyond harming somebody. Like, I would say a gun is a weapon that doesn't really serve another purpose besides to injure. But apart from that, yes, it's more the person than the weapon itself that is what is truly evil.
Time is running out. Please.
Alright, it seems we're not really getting through to him.
Leave while you still can.
I bet the kids are gonna show up here.
Now that we have these guys in custody, I think we can find a way of repurposing these ballistas for the children's amusement.
Can we shoot them out of the sky? Let's shoot them out of the sky. Oh my gosh, this guy's back to punching kids again? Yay, I know! That's right. Teach him a lesson. The coolest kid of them all. Yay! You guys are alright. Good job, Yehoda.
I knew they were looking for trouble, but they messed with the wrong manager.
That's right, the wrong manager. Oh my gosh, we're gonna shoot the missiles out of the sky! Good work, you guys. Thank you so much for protecting the other kids. There we go. Remember Kazuha sitting up on the ballista way back in 2.0? So fast. Wow, that's a lot of missiles.
Captain, we're in position.
Prepare to intersect! On my signal!
That's right, she was talking about like some of the weapons don't even need a honing system to be able to hone on. They have like their own built-in honing system. Whoa! fireworks? Whoa! Oh my gosh! And we shot them down with fireworks to make fireworks. This is great. Huh?
Fireworks show?
Oh, Nodcry is eliminated again.
Recording mode on.
Has this always been part of the show?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, you just forgot when they said this was gonna be part of the event. Look. Oh, we have a story for you, Nefer. We have a story to tell you.
No funny business.
Yeah,
I never
no funny
imagined
business.
The Guizhong ballista could be used for something so beautiful.
I did see this.
If you'll agree to come with us and answer some questions, it would be a big help to our investigation.
Of course. You'll have my full cooperation. I know I'm guilty. Just not sure of the precise crime at this point.
Honestly, me neither. I'm sure a case like yours would have Fontaine's top legal experts scratching their
Yeah,
heads.
he's guilty of something.
As for these
but
arms dealers, though,
what exactly
I can confidently
is
say
kind
that
of
none
hard
of them
to
will
say.
be getting away with this. So at least you can take
That's
some
what we
solace
had
in
the
that.
oratories for.
I know.
Until
There's
we
no
didn't.
sentence
Now
the
we
court
have
can
to.
give them that
Now
will
Nebulet's
satisfy
gonna have to
you.
figure this out himself.
But at least the trial will be a public declaration of their crimes and the punishment they will receive. The victims deserve that much. Considering the alternative was them dying in obscurity to a revenge killing with no one left behind to tell the story.
Yeah.
This looks more like real justice to me.
I agree. This is more real justice. I mean, does Fontaine really have the authority to prosecute when the crime and took? Well, I don't know. I guess that the guy saying, "Oh, I'm basically from Fontaine now. I'm so rich I can like rub shoulders with all of Fontaine's elite." I guess he's kind of from Fontaine now. Other than that, the crime didn't happen in their jurisdiction, and he's not originally from there, and he wasn't from there when he committed the crime. But you know, I'm not gonna think too hard about it.
Guess you're right.
Except I will. Toys for the children. Oh, that's it. That's an epilogue, I think. Well, yeah. Yeah. Return home, children of the desert. I mean, yeah. I mean, this goes back to my original point, which is that engineering, and in this case, the Kashara Darshan. I mean, I refuse to believe that advancing weaponry is like the new thing that's going to 100% define the subject, you know, define the field. Because engineering, I think, is such a vast topic that can be used to help people even more than hurt people. I mean, Yelan brought up I think Yelan brought up a really good example with the fireworks. And indeed, showing that weapons are not inherently bad, and neither is necessarily creating weapons, because those weapons have the ability to bring about peace. It's more so... I mean, I still think Ajrapati, like, how did you not know this? This was not an example where the weapons were going to be used to create peace. But there's so much more you can do with that knowledge and technology. It's... yeah. Well, definitely he's changed his attitudes about the subject now. But, yeah. Let's see what everyone is up to here. Yeah, really interesting story. is the expo doing?
Great! Everyone's in one place!
Now that we are on the other side of this incident, I suggest we put any remaining questions to rest here and now. The Voynich Guild won't be responsible for any disputes remaining after this meeting.
Understood.
Okay.
Well, there's been no serious harm to me or any of my compatriots. And with the arms dealing operation closed down, I've achieved my strategic objective. I'm happy to let the Fontaine authorities process the culprits from here on.
I appreciate your flexibility. I'll need all of them in
you're
my
all
custody
going
to
to
proceed with
court.
the case files. As for you,
And then you're all going to spend life in prison. Don't worry, we're not going to take him away, I guess.
given your association with the Voynich Guild, I suspect the boss of the Curatorium might raise some objections if I insisted on bringing you into custody as well.
Then what do you propose, Miss Chevreuse?
While pursuing one of the suspects in this case, it was unfortunately necessary for me to destroy a certain signboard in Nasha Town.
I mean, I'm still not sure that was necessary.
Confession, officer?
I personally am not sure
What
that was
I'm
necessarily
suggesting is that I
necessary,
don't file charges
but
against
it worked
Ashvapati.
for sure.
He stays here, and in return, you don't seek damages for the signboard. Sound fair?
Deal.
I mean, this seems like a pretty,
That
like,
went surprisingly
lopsided
smoothly.
deal.
Paimon figured it was gonna be a whole ordeal.
Uncle Ashvapati, we...
They told us the whole story. Everything you've done. Even so, we still want you as our uncle.
I...
If you'd been less trusting of the promises these men made to you back then, and left some weapons for your own people to defend themselves with, maybe things would have turned out differently. The way I see it, your crime wasn't the weapons research itself. It was failing to use that knowledge sensibly, to protect the ones you cared about.
Yeah, that in a nutshell is exactly what I'm getting at. I mean, I'd also, like, once again, I brought it up multiple times, like, a weapon that doesn't have a peacetime use is also, there's an ethical argument that it is inherently evil anyway. So the weapons research itself, in a way, can be considered evil in terms of bringing into being something that can only be used to cause harm. But yes, it generally what I'm saying is this: it's not the weapons itself, or researching the weapons, or pursuing the knowledge. It's how did you not see this? How is this not predictable to you? But yeah.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Well then, what are you waiting for? The chance to atone for real is staring you right in the face.
Aww, that's right. They want you here.
Children, from now on, I will protect you with my life.
Aww.
Traveler, Yelan, on behalf of the Fontaine authorities, it has been a pleasure working with you both. I wish you all the best.
In general. Bye, Chevreuse. Nice working with you
I
again.
have other business to attend to, so it's probably about time I got going as well. See ya.
Bye, Yelan.
Looks like you're a free man.
I guess, but even if they won't arrest me, I still have a lot to answer for. I joined the Voynich Guild with my own agenda and nearly ruined their reputation. Are you really gonna let me get away with that?
After you joined us,
thankfully,
it didn't take me long to find out that you'd lied about nearly everything. Everything except your desert origins. That turned out to be true.
Yeah.
I actually consider the desert my home too. So I was interested to learn who the real Ashvapati was. Thanks to the Traveler, I now know the full story.
That's
And
right, we brought her
what
a good story.
It is. Granted, the final chapter caused us a fair amount of trouble. But hey, sometimes that's the price you pay for a good ending.
And hey, as long as
you
the
serious?
word didn't get out,
I mean,
the
obviously,
Voynich
I
Guild's
can't let you
reputation is
stay
still
in the guild.
safe.
Not after all the rules you broke.
Yeah, you're kicked out,
I
but
completely understand.
that's totally
I'd
fair.
recommend that you take these kids back to the desert.
Yeah.
Why?
Desert's a better place than it used to be now.
The desert has been plagued by seemingly endless conflict since as far back as I can remember. But your story offers a glimpse of a different way of life. Maybe there really is hope for peace in the desert. The Sumeru of today is a different world than what it once was. With Lesser Lord Kusanali at the helm, who knows where the possibilities end? Maybe
Dory
you
listening.
could rebuild the home these kids
Dory gonna
once knew.
tell Mahita everything.
I'm flattered, really. But that was a lifetime ago. I'm sure the sandstorms will have buried any last trace of that oasis by now. Sure. We could put up a few tents and call it a settlement.
Oh, Dory's listening.
But what then?
Dory's gonna help out.
It would be a brutally harsh existence.
Dory.
There's no way around it.
Dory, here's a business
Where there's
opportunity.
more, there's always a way. Hello, my dear customer. Why don't you discuss your needs with me? If you can dream it, you can buy it.
So Mora is the answer, huh? All right. Say I wanted to buy a hometown for these children. You telling me I can buy that from you?
Don't take her so literally. She's just doing her sales pitch.
Although she probably can help.
Sure can. Huh? Ta-da! I present to you one magical gemstone created by none other than the renowned mage Alice herself.
Oh, you really gonna use Alice's magic for
and a spring will instantly start growing. Before long, you'll have yourself a fully fledged oasis. And the best part is, it's designed to work flawlessly, even in the most arid and sandiest of deserts.
Sometimes there is this, in a good way, this big contrast between like the harsh realities of life and nature and everything, and also even with the elements and everything, and then the kind of magic and sorcery that the Hexen Circle does. Like Alice, our fourth wall breaking mage, she literally has the ability to just magic away all the problems, but she uses the power sparingly enough to still make things interesting. But yeah, I guess why not?
Looks genuine to me.
How can you tell?
Goodness. They always say you can find everything at the Nodcry Trade Expo. Turns out it's more than just marketing hyperbole. Still, surely a treasure like this must cost the world. As much as I'd love to buy it, I don't think I'm the kind of clientele you're looking for.
Actually, this could be your lucky day. The mage who tasked me with selling this insisted on setting the price herself. And she priced it as whatever keeps the kids happy.
I love when Alice is basically like, she's kind of like a self-insert character. If you've ever thought to yourself, oh my gosh, this story is so heartbreaking and full of anguish, I just wish I could go in there and give these kids a hug and fix all of their problems. That is Alice in a nutshell. Thank you, Alice. Everyone say thank you to Alice.
Needless to say, I could have found far more lucrative options. But alas, none of them would be worth breaking a promise to a mage over.
Gotta keep the
Whatever
business
keeps the
connections so you can
kids
sell more
happy?
stuff.
So what is that in Mora?
For future sales deals.
I got it! How about I charge you whatever you three kids earned at the expo? Then you can say you bought back your hometown through nothing but your own hard work. I think that would keep the kids very happy indeed. Wouldn't you agree?
Deal!
Yay! Aww. All's well that ends well. Look, everyone's here. Nefer's here. We're here. Dory, Ashwapati, and the kids. And there's Navia and Claran and Aino and Nefa and Yehoda and Beto and Yelan. We're all here.
Well, this was a strange turn of events.
You never know what to expect with Dory. Well, this is very much Alice communicating. Alice watching this whole story, also heartbroken just like us, quickly sneaks this over to Dory. Here, just try to wrap this up and give everybody a good ending at the end of the day, which is great.
I think it's safe to say that this was one of the more memorable trade expos.
Yay! Return home, children of the desert. Alright! All's well that ends well. Yay! And with like 1 day left to do the event, and now finish the whole story. Yeah! I mean, I guess that's the main thing I just want to say about this story is... that's the nice thing, the great thing about Genshin Impact stories is that they give you a lot to think about. And I think they're not necessarily designed. They're designed to that everybody will have a different opinion on it. So I'm curious to see what other people think. But those are my thoughts on it, on all of this. And that's what makes the story really good and really healthy. Is if there is a lot, if it does leave room for discussion and discourse. And the sharing of different perspectives and ideas. In this case, I think everything went as well as it could have. Not considering Ashwapati really making a big mistake. I think all's well that ends well, given the circumstances. So yay! On top of that, this little expo area is pretty cool. I like it a lot. I love the bots up here. I love everyone hanging out here. Yeah. But yeah. Just... My brain is mush now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna end this off here. Gonna stream tomorrow, or I guess I'll be streaming soon. If you watched this. I'm gonna be playing the event games. I bet the event is gonna be lots of fun. Because, you know, Ballista and all of that. And yeah. Life is whatever you make of it. With that, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!